Fucking hell, it's gone nuts already. Just scroll down so we can see the input.
Oh, there we go.
Hello, test 1 2. Now, hang on, stop this one.
Yeah.
It's not going to sound that good, but
it's better than that. Is that got a full battery? Do we need to plug that in?
I'll have to plug it in. Okay, we're a minute over.
Can you guys hear us?
G'day guys, hello, testing 1 2. Tell us who can hear us. Oh, they can hear us.
All right.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, let's drag this over here. Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking at the wrong screen.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
Alrighty. Let's do it, Trev. Are we on?
Yeah,
Can
we
you guys
are. We're
see us?
going. We've got to be going.
Anyway, g'day, Stu from UAV Futures here. This is, we were Grumpy Trev. We're going to do a Sunday Q&A, but hit the chat if you can see us, if you can hear us as well. So before we kick it off, answer your questions about all things FPV related. Let us know if you can hear us and if you can see us, all that sort of stuff. Alright, we're getting some woot woot, chat overload, nice and clean. We were having some audio problems. We were all ready to rock and roll. And then we said, alright, let's do it. Let's test the mic with about 30 seconds. And, oh dear, it decided not to work. So we're talking through Trev's headset as well. So hopefully that's how you guys can hear us. Anyway, what have you been up to anyway, Trevor?
Am I on?
Yes, you're live, mate.
Are we
Let's
live?
go. Anyway, what have you been up to?
Go. Not much. Too windy, can't fly, gives you the shits.
Yeah.
So we haven't been able to do much, so it's been pretty sad for us. Yeah.
And I'm going to say too, this is like our first real live Q&A, so you know, obviously you're not really too used to professional videos when you come to UAV Future, so you're going to have to bear with us as we try some things and sort of feel our way through it. But a massive shout out this week to Karearea drones. I'm going to put a picture on the screen somewhere. Audio problems, we can't hear Trev.
We can hear Trev.
Oh yeah, that is big audio problems. Massive shout out this time to Karearea drones, because they're providing us with the, and I think it's pronounced the TT, I don't know, Trev's going to get a picture on the screen, but it's a really, really cool little 3-inch drone. It can go between 3-inch and 4-inch, so definitely somebody today, we're going to give that away for you guys to win as well. So hopefully, and you've got to put a question in, we've got to read it out to go in the running to win it. And also it's going to be a bit of a muck around, because you're going to have to take just so it's easier and we're not writing down who said each question and all that sort of stuff, you're going to have to remember what your question was, find the timestamp, and then email me and say, hey Stuart, you read my question at blah 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 time, and I was the winner, yada yada yada, and then we'll get on with it. Alright, anyway, let's kick it off. We're going to go, so make sure you put your questions in, because that's how you go in the chance to win that TT drone. But let's kick it off, put your questions down below, and then we can get on with it. I don't know what Trevor's clicking out here. What's this? Pop out chat. Alright, so let's go through. Where's our stream, Trevor? Where's our OBS stream?
Oh,
here.
Yeah. Do you want it back?
Yes, please. Alright, so we can get off this picture. Which picture's our main picture? Which one are we on now?
This one here.
Alright. Okay, so this is Shai saying hi from the Netherlands, and if you see a good question, feel free to who won. We haven't drawn out the thing yet, mate. We've only just started, Harry Dar. Lewis Blake, what should I convert my that's just going so fast. What should I convert my 450 AP drone to? I don't know about converting any 450 AP drones. What about you? As far as photography drones know, what do you think about that?
You got a bin?
A bin? I put it in the bin.
Yeah, or you can turn it into a doorstop.
Alright, Angel Adrian wants to know Snapper 6 or UR65.
Snapper 6.
See, this would be way too hard if we were trying to write all these down, because chat is going ridiculous. Gee, someone just donated $14.99. Mate, you're going to be broke by the end of this stream. Alright, okay. Do we ever consider... This one is from Carpenter Rick. Question and answer. Do you guys ever consider coming to North America?
Where's that?
It's like up in the north.
That's where it's cold.
Yeah. No,
It's snowy.
It's warm there right now,
Is
mate.
it? Oh, you will come. Yeah. Send me a ticket.
Yeah. All right, let's go through. I'm going to see how many times I say during this. If you see a good one too, read it out, Trevor.
Just turn that. That's better.
Why does everyone think smooth is best? Does no one like sharp feel or jerky feel, or is it all about getting the best YouTube footage?
What's he talking about?
I think he's talking about when you're doing laps and that sort of stuff. And slow is smooth and smooth is fast is something that I've seen people saying a lot. So when you're on the racetrack, you're trying to get those lap times down. This goes for any sort of racing. I would say it would be compatible or comparable, whatever. You want to get those smooth turns, and if you're going out of line and those things, it's going to cost you seconds. So that's why people always try to be super, super smooth. And plus, it does look better on video as well. What do you think? When you're trying to get a good lap time, what would you say some good advice is?
Don't crash.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just take your time, because a lot of times when you're racing, you can just do your smooth lines, and when Stu tries too hard, he wipes himself out anyway, and I finish up winning. So
Yeah, I'm going to say too, a skill that people don't often practice when they're racing is like if you're following someone, so it can be all fine. I know this messes me up. It can be all fine when you're flying around and then someone overtakes you or someone's in front of you. You concentrate them on so much and it distracts from your flying, and that can get a bit out of control. I'm a bit paranoid about my hands going up in the air all the time as well. When are we going to build an X-Class racing drone? Have you seen any X-Class drones? Do you know what that is?
no.
Okay, so they're like huge drones that are about this big. I really would like one. I think that would be a lot of fun. They look really cool. They're a great spectator sort of drone, but I don't think they're going to crash that well. So one crash and they're just going to buckle and break. And I've only really seen one that didn't have too many crazy oscillations. But definitely they are pretty cool. But I don't know how many people out there are going to be building them, because they're more expensive, they're less robust, and they do sound like a flying blender though. Let's go on. What else? Keep putting your questions down too. What's the best battery should I use with my Wizard? Well, I guess this could go with any 5-inch drone. What batteries do you like, Trevor?
Oh, look, any 1300, about 65C and above.
Any specifics that you enjoy?
Look, I really like the Graphenes, the Hobby King Graphenes.
Yep.
Or the Hobby King, not Hobby King, China Hobby ones are quite good now too. So they're around 1300, suits the Wizard really well.
And you're going to have to forgive me too, I got a bit of a cold, so...
Which I'll probably get.
Yeah, sorry, Trevor. Alright, Trev and Stu, this one's from Frenzy Incarnate. Trev and Stu, what do you think of the longevity of this hobby? If we think flying quads has a timeline, where do you think we're standing right now? Now, that can really come up to two different things. In terms of people being enthusiasts in the hobby and people enjoying the hobby, where are we on that timeline? And then there's the other whole thing where is it going to go legality-wise, regulation-wise? What is that going to be like? So do you think this hobby has a timeline, Trevor? Do you think there's going to be anything that kills it or damages it or makes this, I guess, this community sort of implode or bust or anything like that?
Well, over-regulation, that's the only thing that'll fuck it up. Otherwise, it'll be fine.
Yeah, usually I can't bleep Trevor out as well. Cal, where's Cal that he's sleeping in?
Oh, beep, sorry.
Yeah. I think this hobby, it's going to go the way a little bit of skateboarding, so maybe just to a less extreme, but I'm sure there was I know when I was growing up, there was a big rise, maybe about 2000 or something, almost 20 years ago, and then there was a lull, and then it's just people who like that hobby just keep doing it, and that's what I think I'm going to do and Trevor's going to do. I see myself doing this when I'm really, really, really old, and I forgot Trevor's looking on this screen as well. So yeah, I'm going to be doing this for quite a long time. What about you?
I have been doing it for a long time.
Okay, but what you reckon you still be doing it in 20 years' time?
If I can still see and I'm upright.
Yeah, I'll wheel you out. Don't worry. Okay, here's my promise, Trevor. On your 80th birthday, I'll wheel you out, and we'll go for a fly. Maybe someone will be wheeling me out. Maybe my daughter will wheel both of us out. Okay, so this one is from... this chat is going ridiculous. So, this one's from Lovin SMAS. Do you think that the youth of FPV are the future of this hobby, and do you think that younger pilots have an advantage because of faster reaction times from things like video games? Well, I guess if younger pilots have an advantage in the way their brain works, the way they pick up things, and you've been doing it from such a young age, like, maybe if you got on now and you were 10 years old, you practiced and you were flying all the time, by the time you're 15, you're going to be an absolute god. Yes, I do think that is an advantage. Nothing too much to worry about, though. And are they the future of this hobby?
No.
No? You're not into the whippersnappers?
It's not all about racing and see how fast you can go and all that sort of stuff. It's about going out and having fun. You don't have to race to have fun. We go out and just have a ball, just flying around with each other. So just go out and enjoy it. Don't worry about if there's faster, big deal. So yeah.
Yeah, I really agree with you. I think in terms of the future of this hobby, it's everyone and Trevor's channel. Go sub to Trevor's channel too. I'll see if I can put that in. You know what it is. It's Grumpy Trev. But open up a new tab. Go check it out. But it's your channel. You get a lot of older folks coming into yours. I know a lot of my audience. It's not all just whippersnappers or 20-year-olds flying around all the time. It's people from all ages who just enjoy FPV. And when I look at the crew we fly with, you, Cal, me, shout out to people like Granger, Jono, like the age difference right there it's spread right across the spectrum. So I think the future of this hobby more so is just people flying safe, having a good time, and just enjoying it, and making it public and showing people how much fun it is to get out there and just have a good time. And obviously, maybe in 30 years, 40 years time, if we're talking that long term, yes, you want more younger people coming in, but I think that's going to come in naturally anyway. What is the most durable? This one's from Ha FPV. What's the most durable race frame? Race frame. That's the specification there.
Race frame. I don't know. You answer that one.
I don't really think that race frame and actually, you know what, America. I feel like the America holds up pretty well. All the Norris, because remember when we had that massive smash with the Norris? That's a very, very light frame.
What's this shit?
I had a massive smash with the Norris, and yeah, that's what happened on that one.
If I crash, it's always me. If he crashes, it's always we. Yeah.
Trevor, what have you done, mate? This chat is huge. Someone's just donated $20, but I can't see their question. All right, that's from RDFPV. He's going to be broke by the end of this as well. I'm going to have enough to get an Uber home, mate. This one from Jay Matlock. Would you rather fight one... I think I've read this one before in a similar one. Okay. Where did it go? Would you rather fight one horse-sized chicken or 100 chicken-sized horses? I'm not even going to answer that one because I don't know. It's got nothing to do with drones. 100 chicken-sized horses. There we go. I think a horse-sized chicken is pretty much a velociraptor that will eat you. How fast is the $100 quad? I'm going to say 80 to 90 miles per hour. All right. Stop spamming random stuff. That's from Harris92. All right. Oh, Enoch FPV. I'm not reading any more things that aren't about drones. Come on, Enoch. Get on Discord, mate. He was talking about some other stuff. Have you flashed a Betaflight 3.5 yet? What is your opinion? So I think JB just did a video on this. Have you heard about Betaflight 3.5?
No.
I saw the thumbnail and I went, yeah, well, I don't know. I didn't watch it, and I'm quite happy with my Betaflights. Maybe I'll do it. I probably won't. Maybe if there's enough stuff for about a video, but I'm really happy with my Betaflights that I've got at the moment. Are we going to come to Scotland? Well, you've already been to Scotland, haven't you, Trev?
Yeah, I have.
So that one's from Gary Cavan. And if you could start your question and answers too, put a Q&A at the start, because that will help, and if you keep spamming the same thing, like someone's asking about the Wolf PDB, okay, it's okay, but don't spam your question 20 times in a row.
Any tips? Here we go.
Okay.
Speedy Hensler.
Okay.
Any tips for someone trying to get into FPV? Yeah, get a second job so you can afford it.
Yeah, anything else? So once they've done that?
Yeah. Watch a good channel like this one and get yourself a good sim and practice.
I think if you're going to get into FPV, my biggest tip would be see if you can find some people out there, because they might let you not borrow their drone, but they might show you the ropes, take you under their wing. It's a bit of a good pun, just help you fix your drone, get things working. And if you can meet up with a community and you want to get into FPV, having like-minded people is it just takes the hobby to the next level. So I know for me, when I was flying around, once I met Trevor and Cal, it just took it to that next level, because I flew by myself for the first year, and then once you meet that other like-minded community, also jump on Discord as well, and once you meet up with others, you're going to have an absolute blast. All right, what's the next question, Trevor? You want me to pick one? When did you start flying race drones? From Collie Cat.
When 4 years ago.
Yeah, I'd say mine was about 3 years ago. There's another arm. This one is from Frequent Flyer RC. Stu, I saw you fly line of sight once when you got your quad out of a tree. Do you sometimes have fun flying line of sight? Acro, do you ever do any line of sight stuff, Trevor?
Play with it. I suppose we have our moments, don't we, where we go out and have a bit of fun, but mainly just race around between the trees because it's more fun.
Yeah, I feel like it's not that I don't enjoy line of sight, and it is cool seeing a quad sort of, just when you see them, they are such a cool piece of machinery, these flying little toys that are so powerful. But for me, yeah, it's all about FPV. Sometimes I do a bit of line of sight, but it's usually only about 20 seconds worth, and then it ends up in the dirt anyway. Alright, let's scroll down a little bit. I don't know what Trevor's doing. Trevor's scrolling all over the place, pointing at the screen.
How do I pause the bus?
I just scroll up a little bit. Alright.
Oh shit, this is freaking hard, guys.
Thomas Sondergaard, how much is the drone you are giving away in case we don't win? More details, please. So you can go check that out. This is a big shout out to our sponsors. So there you go. You can go check out the Karearea TT, and you can look for yourself. So if you go to their website,
like that, yeah,
if you go to their website, check it out. There you go. That's what you can have a look at. So just do a bit of a search, and you should be able to find them. All right. How do you go about deciding a motor KV from Harris 92? How would you go about deciding a motor KV, Trevor?
I just go eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
That's terrible advice.
You can answer that.
All right. I feel like if you're going to go, at first you choose your battery voltage. So if you're going to be like a 6S rig, which is becoming more and more popular for a lot of people, maybe keep it under 2000 kV, because otherwise it's just going to be sucking down so much juice. Yeah, is that right? 2000. Or then if you're going to step it up, you can go to maybe like a 2300 on a 4S up to 2700, and the higher kV, usually the lighter the drone. So if you've got a really, really light drone, then that's when you want to have maybe a higher kV. You'll find you get better results with that. Don't mix a really, really high kV with a really, really heavy quad, and also your prop pitch that you're going to be using. So if you've got really, really heavy, aggressive, chunky props, you want a bit of a lower kV. But if you've got really light, I guess, agile props that can spin up a lot easier, it's a lot easier on the motor, they don't need quite so much torque, a higher kV is going to have a better result.
License to drive. He wants to know, does he have to turn his lap side upside down to watch this from a live stream from down under?
Yes, you do. Yeah. So if it's upside down, just try turning your laptop. There you go, because we are...
Stand on your head.
Yeah, because we are down under. What is the hottest new 5-inch coming out? That's from RussWolf911. These are some good questions. Keep them coming too, guys.
What was that question?
What's some... when I read it, you got to listen to what I'm saying, mate, rather than reading the next one.
I'm trying to read the next question.
No, don't read them. I'll do the questions. Okay. You can answer me. So
it's not hard, guys.
What's a 5-inch you're really looking forward to fly that might be coming out?
What's a 5-inch I'm looking forward to fly? I don't know. What's coming out?
I don't know. What have you heard about?
I haven't seen anything yet.
I'm actually really excited. I know I got 2 from Catalyst Machine Works that I want to show you guys. So one is a 6S America, which I think is really, really going to thump along. I've just got to get the correct batteries for it to really be able to put it through its paces. They've also got like a freestyle frame as well that I'm pretty excited about. And I know that there's some stuff from Sabotage RC, some more, I guess, some cheaper components out there, so some quads that aren't top tier, but I want to check out some stuff from Sabotage RC.
I can answer that question now, because I know that there's an America coming out. Yeah. America, is it?
America. Alright, what's a good value soldering iron from Kigo S? What soldering iron do you like? Trevor's got one right here for you guys to see.
One of these. This is the TS100. You can get them on Banggood for about $70.
Alright. What size whoop drone would you recommend? So that's from Matt Hogan.
Well, I really like the Snapper 7. I don't think you go past that.
There we go. 100% agree.
Plenty of punch.
There are so many questions in here. If you know the answer too, you can reply to someone. Feel free to reply to someone, or is that just going to make the chat explode even more? 3-inch or 2.5? I think 3-inch all the way. 2.5 is just that little bit too small for me. This one is from License to Drive again. Besides camera mounts, what's the best thing you've 3D printed? Trevor?
What's the best thing for a quad?
I'm going to jump in while Trevor's brain ticks on. So I had an experiment where I 3D printed some props. That was kind of fun. When I took them out, I didn't think they were going to fly, but they did. What about you? Have you 3D printed much?
Yeah, mainly camera mounts and stuff.
You made me a really cool X-Lite cover the other day, actually. To cover the gimbals.
One of these things.
This bad boy, right?
Here we are. That's a little cover for your X-Lite. Just goes over the sticks.
Right there.
Yeah, look at that one. When it just goes over the top like so. Look at that. Pretty cool, eh? Yeah, good. I'm glad you're so excited.
Do you concern you? This one's from Captain Kirk. Do we? And shout out for jumping on Discord, chatting to me all the time as well. He's actually the one who sent me that little UAV Futures sign you sometimes see on my desk. Do you concern yourself with the lipo health of your batteries for your goggles? They aren't quite used like they're in the quad, so they stay longer for fuller, etc. And maybe they go lower. So do you worry about that as much?
No, I don't, because I actually use 3S batteries for mine, so I look after those anyway. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't really look after mine as much. I feel like they're going to be able to deal with the slow drain that comes from your goggles versus the amount of torture we put through when it's coming in when we stick it on our quads. So yeah, I don't really worry too much about my goggle battery, and it's only a 3S. And worst comes to worst, and I've got to get a new one. I'm sure I'm going to have a broken 4S that I can salvage and use that as a 3S battery. Anyway. That's McDonald's, isn't it? Okay. Tree Ninja. What are some signs to look out for when regarding old gimbals? Could this create a feeling like an ESC desyncing? No, I don't think so. But if it's just feeling a bit grainy, if it's sticking a little bit, then it might be time to... First, I'd say before you replace it, you don't have to rush out and buy some new gimbals. You just need to maybe open it up, blow it out with some compressed air, make sure there's no sand or dirt or grit in there, clean it with a little bit of alcohol or something, and then if it's still feeling gritty, you're sticking, it's not centering properly, once you've adjusted all the springs, then once you've done all that, maybe you can upgrade to some new gimbals. Anything to add on that bit, Trev?
No, that sounds pretty good to me.
Can you guys still hear us? Give us a thumbs up or something if the sound is still coming through. Check, mic. Harry Dar, question: can you open the Discord and field questions there as well? No, we're struggling enough to do this live stream just from this one thing of questions. If we had more questions, it would just be thanks for the thumbs up. I'm glad you can hear the sound. It would be too hard to filter too many questions from everywhere. All right,
we really can't do anything about the wind noise, guys. Okay.
Oh man, there's just like thousands of thumbs up on here, so I need to scroll up. Put some more questions down below too as well, or to the side, wherever we're sort of looking at them. I can probably drag this down here, and then it will be even closer to the camera. Look at that.
Yeah, look, that's pretty cool. You're going to probably stretch it up and make it longer too.
Does that work?
I don't know, try it. No, just...
I understand.
Yeah, see that? Yeah. Look at that. You learn something every day.
Okay, that... Genius, Trevor.
Yeah.
Okay, another one from Captain Kirk, and this one is: do you feel do you feel like you have a bit of a handicap when changing to a different radio, goggles, etc. that you're not used to using?
No, we do it all the time. I mean,
yeah.
No.
I do. I feel like if I right now had to go to a race, I would want to know a quad that and performance was on the line. You know, you want to try your best to get the best lap times or get on the podium. Yes, it is so much easier when you've got your radio, you know, so I'd probably be on the QX7, my one that I was so used to. I flew that most of last year. I've had more flights on that than probably any of my other radios. And then I would want something like my America probably, you know, if it was, I'd have to tune it up, repair it a little bit. But that's the sort of quad I'd want. It does feel different, and sometimes it can be frustrating to have a new quad with new goggles and new radio, because I know I can go faster, and sometimes, like, you know, as I'm getting used to the X-Lite, the smaller gimbals, and they just feel a little bit different on the sticks. It's not exactly quite the same.
That wasn't the question. All he asked was, do you feel handicapped when you're changing goggles and that? Not
Yeah,
about racing.
Well, do it anyway. There we go. Let's move on. This one's from FPV Attitude. What are your thoughts about the Kahoot 7? Well, it's made by Holly Bro, and I don't know. What are your thoughts on Holly Bro, Trev? All right, so Trevor's face probably says enough there. So
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
Yeah, I guess, look, if it works well, then fair enough. That's great, but I do have some reservations. I'll test it out, but F7s too, I'm really happy with F4s. I feel like the hobby's only just standardized in F4. Do we really need F7? Is it going to make that much difference? Look, some people might say yes. I'm going to say probably not. You know.
Who cares?
What do you think about the Acrobat? So, you know, I don't even remember who that was from. It's disappeared. We got so many good questions on here. You know, did Oh My God design the Acrobat? The little 3-inch one? Have you seen that? Or was that Cal talking about that? The Rotor Riot little thing.
No, that was Cal.
Okay, so that was...
Where is Cal?
Yeah, he's probably having a sleep or something, but...
You there, Cal? Send us a cheerio, mate.
He'll probably listen to this as a podcast.
That's for you, Cal.
Yeah, I think it looked pretty cool, and I think Tommy has some really cool designs, and he's a cool pilot, and yeah, I wish him all the best with that. That was definitely a pretty cool little frame. This one is from... What do we got here? People from the UK. It's just scrolling question after question. What portable soldering old iron would you use? That one. That's the same one, portable, mate. Look, yeah. So that one
was a TS100. You plug it in.
Goes to your LiPo, mate.
Plug it in LiPo. We've both got videos up on that.
Yeah.
Mine's about 3 weeks old. Go and have a look.
Yeah, go watch Trevor's video on that. People are saying, Trevor, you rock. That's from Anthony Young.
Anthony, you rock too, mate.
Any tips for learning to fly? From Bob Hawkins.
Yeah, just keep trying, mate.
You can't seem to get the hang of it. He's been on the sim for a couple of weeks.
He's been on the sim for a couple of weeks.
I'm going to say, Bob, I've actually got like a flight school video where we talk about some sharp turns and I go through on the sticks and that sort of stuff. Go watch that. So that might be a little tip. If you've tried being on the sim and it's just not sticking, maybe watch that flight school somewhere. I wish I could do where that card was, but yeah. I don't know. Go check that out.
You could keep crashing, Bob, but it gets better, mate. Trust me. Been there, done that.
Here we go. We got Justin Rayner. He's just looking up our nose. So there you go, buddy. Nothing but quality viewing here for all you guys. This one is from Chudder's Toasty. Question and answer. Is it possible to use a racing drone for high quality, slow cinematic stabilized photography rather than dropping a heap of cash on a DJI? Yeah, you can. You can't. Excuse me. You can't put a gimbal on there, and I really wouldn't recommend that stuff. You're not going to be able to replicate DJI sort of stuff, but Johnny FPV probably does, I think, some of the best cinematography stuff with a race drone. Him and Nerk FPV as well, they do some slower sort of shots, so you can do it, but be warned, to get those amazing shots, you need a lot of skill and a lot of time on the sticks. Ever flown a Hex, Trev? I don't know who that was from.
Yeah, I've got one on the wall there somewhere.
Trev, someone else, Alec Woodsman loves a good bourbon. I don't know why that's going away. How does the giveaway work today? So that one's from Jay Matlock. So that's, again, let's plug Karearea, but you're going to have to find, so let's say you win. I'm going to say whoever asked this question about this, that was what I really liked. You need to find the timestamp, email me that link, and then say here's my account, and just so I can prove that it's you with an unlisted video. Yeah, I'll have some more tea. Thanks, Trevor. So, thank you. So it's going to be a bit of a pain, but that's the only way we thought of sort of doing it. And plus, that's going to encourage people to be putting good questions in here, because what do you want? Transition?
Yeah,
Is this what I click on? Look at that. I'm learning all about video editing. What do I do if someone is mad that I'm flying my... Oh, where did that go? There's so many questions. Okay, let's just pretend someone's really mad, you're flying a drone in a park. What would you do?
Just don't argue and walk away. That's the best thing to do. You don't have any dramas. So try and console them, give them a look.
Yep.
You might calm them down. If you can't calm them down, just walk away and go somewhere else.
Yeah, I would say it's a great opportunity to get somebody on board that was really anti-drones. Use that. Hey, yeah, oh, look, I could totally understand. Oh, these things, they do sound noisy or they can be a bit of intimidating and they get so much bad press, but it's nothing like that, I assure you. You know, do you just want to have a quick look? I'm going to go anyway. This is my last pack. And then show them in the goggles and try your best to just give them a positive experience. There's no point arguing and arcing up, because even if the cops turn up and even if you're in your legal right, I'm going to say most of the time the police are so used to this random drone pilot's doing something that we're not used to, so they're probably in the wrong, and this person in the public is just standing around, they're probably in the right. So just don't, yeah, like Trevor said, don't argue.
Bear FPV wants to know why I've got all the CDs on the roof, because there's no more room on the floor.
That it is filthy in here. Richard Brink, do you notice a huge difference between 5-inch and 6-inch?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, big time.
What part? What's more different about it, Trevor?
Well, the 6-inch is faster to start with, in a straight line.
Are you talking about drones?
What are we talking about?
Alright, yeah. Anyway, do you want me to continue?
You can go.
Alright. I don't really... I actually find 6-inch harder to tune and harder to get more stable, so I don't know. You do get a bit more efficiency. For me, 5-inch, it's more grippy in the turns, more snappy, and especially because you can go into a tri-blade. 6 inches tend to be on a bi-blade as well, so I don't know. They do have some differences. You've got a lot of thrust, though, if you're coming from a 6-inch too. If you've really got a heavy motor on there with a big prop, you can put out a heap of thrust, and it's a bit easier to pull out of a really, really hard dive. What are you giggling at, Trevor?
Super motard. Do you or have you ever used FPV gear in the bedroom?
Have you ever used your FPV gear in the bedroom?
I don't need to see that in 3D. All that close. No. Might try it though.
I have.
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah, I fly around my bedroom all the time, mate. Just put it in there, little snap a 7 through, and then back out. Okay, let's see. That's CDs on the roof. Garvin to FPV wants to know, do you guys ever find you spend more time fixing your quads than you do getting to fly them?
Used to be like that, but not anymore, no.
Absolutely. So, I don't know, if people probably look at my job, my career, and say, Stuart, you must fly so much, and that, you know, probably 18 months ago that was the case. I was doing so much flying, you know, when I'd be on school holidays and that Christmas break, I probably did thousands of batteries that holidays. But nowadays, trying to make these videos all the time when the good weather's here, it's terrible in winter, but when you get out and you go for a fly, we might take 20 packs out now because there's a lot of filming. We're going to get Trevor's reactions, Cal's reactions, then a speed gun, then I do my flight. That might be on a drone that I'm not 100% excited about, and then before you know it, you've done 15 packs, or you know, you've handed them out. That's probably 4 flights for me, and then you might get just a bare few flights at the end of the day to do your own sort of stuff. So I don't get to fly as much. That was a bit about repairing, but I took it on a bit of a tangent, and then I have to get home and repair. So just like I was mentioning with my America, that has been broken for quite some time. And it's only now that I've just had the time to sort of put it back together. Trevor's fallen asleep and repair it. Anyway, let's keep going. There's a few inappropriate questions here.
Good, let's answer those.
Alright, so this one's from Deucey Boy. I'll click show. He spent 4 months and now it's disappeared. I've spent the last 4 months mucking around with a piece of something bleep flight board. I'm so sick of it. I'm just about to buy a new flight board and some props. Okay. What would you do if you were really getting stuck on one component? Trevor, hello. Stop. You can't read the chat anymore, mate.
I don't understand the question.
He's struggling on a component. Should he just buy a new one, or should he keep it going?
Yeah, don't piss fart around. That's what you said there, because Stu didn't read that around. Yeah, just buy another component. It's not worth stuffing around with. You'll get out more flying. Just get it over and done with and buy it.
All right. Lewis Blake is asking, have we ever tried the HDOs? And he needs to check out the UAV Futures channel a little bit more, because you'll see the answer to that one. You guys let him know in the chat. Has UAV Futures tried the HDOs? Enoch, thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated. $5. Woo! I'm being serious. Thank you very much. Have you got another question?
He only just did that so he can get his name read out.
Where's Trev's purple hair? Where'd your hair go, Trevor?
I think it walked away.
FPV Geek, shout out to him. Have you ever considered long range? Do you like the idea of long range, and how do you feel about it?
Been there, done that. Boring as shit.
You're not a fan?
Nah.
I reckon if we had some really cool places to fly, it might be worth it. I'd love to go check out the 12 Apostles or something. You also have to be willing to not get your drone back. There's a possibility, I think, sometimes that it may not come back, or you're really lazy and you can't be bothered to go and get it. Even though I've never lost the drone, that's also because I don't want to fly it in places where if I crash it, there's going to be like a 2-hour walk or a hike to go and get it. It's 3:30 a.m. here in Germany. Why can't the Earth just be a nice flat panel? It is flat, isn't it?
I thought it was.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like long range, because you fly off the edge.
Yeah. Randy, mate, that's ridiculous. $24. Can we get a challenge video with Trev flying blind and Stu leading him through the goggles versus Stu flying blind and Trev leading him into trees? So we actually did do a challenge the other day. We've also done another one where we both had the sticks. Do you remember that?
That was good.
I don't know if that might have been just for my Patreon viewers. I'm not 100% sure.
You actually lost that. I do remember that.
I don't remember that actually at all, Trevor. Josh wants to know, have we tried the Steel Tyrannus? You guys can answer that in the chat as well.
You've got to start watching more UAV video. I didn't remember that one myself. Secret Agent FPV. So here's a good one. It might be easy too if we highlight them when we're reading them. Would that make it better? Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Is the YouTube drone scene oversaturated in your opinion? Do you think that more people post flight videos would help or hinder?
It's always good putting your shit up on there. And you even look back at your own progress yourself. What you thought was good when you first started, and say, "Oh, look what I'm doing now," and you actually see your own progress, and people follow your progress as well. So, no, whack them up.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And if people don't want to watch them, well, they don't have to. When I feel, here's a creator talking to some other creators out there. If you're making content, keep going. And if people don't want to watch it, or they're coming in just to be negative, well, they're wasting their time to do that. You've got a right, and if you enjoy it, go for it, mate. It's not hurting anybody. They get to watch it for free, so absolutely go for it. If you've got content you want to make, don't worry about what other people are doing. If you enjoy it, that's what's important. And if you're passionate about it, you guys should check that out.
One there from John Citizen. Hey guys, how's it hanging? Low and to the right.
Okay. This one is from unknown user. Question and answer. What do you guys think of this? I was thinking a fixed wing plane using something or other radio link and blah 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 with furious stuff and the Viper goggles. So I don't know much about all those other parts, but yeah, the Viper goggles are good. Alright. When we come into the States, when someone...
Send me a ticket,
yeah,
I'll come
send us a ticket. Just hassle Rotor Ride. Just hassle them. So you guys should get UAV Futures over there. What's the hardest part of running UAV Futures? Trevor's head. Okay, what's the hardest part of running your channel, Trevor?
Well, I don't have to beat mine. The hardest part of yours is every time I say fuck.
Yep, I don't want... Okay, you can tell I was like, Trevor, don't say that. The hardest part of mine is probably... There's a lot of things you love about it, and also some things that people are going to think I'm just being a whinger here, but it can be difficult when you run your own business just to switch off. So you can... I am always thinking about drones. Absolutely, like when I'm going to sleep, when I wake up, it is just all the time. You know, when I sit down, I might be going to play some video games, and then before I know it, I'm somehow, because it's on my computer, I'm answering emails, I'm checking Facebook for messages from vendors and companies, and You are doing drone stuff all the time, 100%. So whenever you're awake, you're thinking about drones.
Dagger Dude wants to know.
I'm gonna say goodnight to Scooter FPV too. So he's heading to bed. No worries. Buy Stu a beer for me with that $5. Okay.
Dagger Dude wants to know if we've ever checked out the remix frame. No, they wouldn't send us one. So no.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, I don't know if this story is meant to come out, but now I feel like I sort of have to talk about it. But yeah, I remember when that frame got cloned, I felt really bad for Tommy, and I was like, hey, look, I remember sending something off to, I think it was Dribble. I sent him a message and was like, do you want some help? Do you want me to review your frame and, you know, check it out? Do you want to send over one that's flying? And it wasn't in their budget to send one over, so that's why I tried to show the remix off, but they weren't keen. Secret agent, beer for Trev. Stu's already got one. I owe you $4, Trevor. Ever going to build a mini quad 2-inch or 3-inch? Probably not, because the XJB just flies so nice.
Actually, I've got a build coming up with a 3-inch, so.
Okay, so definitely make sure you stay tuned to Trevor's channel. You guys, who's this one? Question 8. How do wing controls work? Don't ask me, mate. I have no idea. Because what happens when I try and fly a wing, Trevor?
Not much.
Yeah, straight into the tree. We've got a lot of... What's the cheapest frame you've used? What's the cheapest one you've used?
Gee.
Mine would have to be the one that was the LS10. So that was a 5-inch. That was in my $99 bill. Just trying to keep that price. It's very difficult to build a quad for $100. So that was, I think it was about $15.
Yeah, I did build a very small 3-inch quad, and I got 2 flights out of it and I broke in half. So
what was that frame?
I can't remember. It was a piece of shit though.
How do you feel about charging batteries off a power bank? 200,000 milliamp hours. That's pretty big.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
How many batteries goes into that? If someone can punch that into a calculator.
That's a few. That'll work all right.
Is that 2,000? No, it can't be 2,000.
Power your house for a week.
Yeah. Someone's saying that would be huge. Oh, that's Hamish. Hamish, let me know how many 1300s could I charge with a 200,000 milliamp hour battery? Please, a 4S. Question, what's the best cam for the TT? So we'll answer that. That's from Raven Newbie FPV. Do you want me to put this? How do I transition? Do I click this
Just
one?
click that one. Yeah.
There we go. What's the best thing about this frame? Probably that it can go between a 3-inch and a 4-inch. So you've got 2 little screws in the arm. They simply slot out, and then you can turn it into a different size drone. So that transition power, I think, is kind of interesting and something we haven't seen in a lot of frames. Trev got shorted on his beer. Thanks very much, Helpy 2007.
And you, Helpy.
Alright, I'm going to let you do the next one, Trevor. I'm going to blow my nose so I'm not sounding like I'm talking underwater. Watch an old man use some technology. Here we go.
Oh, look. Go on, give us some questions, guys. Give us some Grumpy Trev questions. What's that one?
Alright.
How do we bloody pause this? Oh, here we go.
What's this one? I was going to give $5, but I'm drunk. And now, Nate, that's too much. Don't hate that. That's $28. So that's too much.
Oh my God, it's GT and Stu in real life. Stu's not really here.
Yeah, we're actually just a very advanced AI. So you both are incredible, and the reason I've been able to get into FPV. Well, that's very nice. Thanks so much. Well,
look, yeah. I know I'm incredible. I don't think you are.
Well, that doesn't matter. This person does, and they're flying because of us. So that's great. Pizzle, PI, Dizzle, FPV. Do you have drone technology showing in our education system here? We've been catching on in our STEM classes here in the US. I went to one drone class. Okay, here's a cool story. So
here we go.
You can look for the next question, right? So, talking about drones in school, I worked at a primary school, which is like the smaller end of the kids, so like 12 and under, and we had some special extra excursion to the high school across the road or up the block or whatever, we went over and we were checking out a drone class or whatever, and the teacher was talking through drones, and he had some piece of rubbish drone, and I just remember sitting there. I kept my mouth shut because I didn't tell anybody that I was making this content for you guys, or I was doing YouTube or any of that sort of drone flying stuff. And this guy was talking like he was an expert on drones and how to fly them fast and all these cool things you can do. And I remember sitting there thinking, mate, you have no idea what the knowledge that you could tap into. What are you giggling at, Trevor?
Ferret FPV says, I've started drinking again because of you guys. I love that, yeah.
All right. I like this one. Your head shines so much. Humpty Dumpty from Justin.
Yeah, well, Justin.
Got any words here?
Yeah, you ain't going to fucking win nothing.
Demonetized.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, this one from David Bennett. There we go. It was, if you didn't have some premium goggles, would you buy the Onway V1 or V2s?
What are ours? The twos, aren't they? Or ones?
I don't know which.
They look the same to me. The grey ones, yeah. These.
Okay, that's the V1s in Trevor's.
The V1s, yeah.
Yeah, I think if I was going to buy a pair, I would buy those ones. I really like Onway V1s, and for the price, like $300, I think they're
really
great.
Good price at the moment too, because they're.
Are they?
Yeah.
All right. Trevor, this one's from Reaper. Do you drink Dwerver's Scotch?
Yeah, I drink anybody's. I don't care what it's called.
Alright. No, we're not gonna. Did you read this one from Pat Nolan? I'm just gonna skip that one, but it did make me giggle. Okay. So this one's from Terry Q&A, and what and when is the drone event coming up in Werribee that you mentioned in the late, I guess, that hidden Q&A that we did? So there is going to be, I'm going to be heading up to, it's not my event, I'm just going to go check it out. It's in a place called Werribee. So if you're around that place in Victoria, Australia, we're going to be heading to that whenever it's on. What month is it in? Is it this month?
I'm not too sure. Make sure you lock your car.
All right. But yeah, I would like to head to that. So I'm sure maybe Hamish knows about that. So Hamish Mish Moves, if you could type that in there, if you know the date of that, I'm sure you'll know, and then we'll be able to tell everybody. But I think it's this month. Like Lewis Blake, bit of a YouTube question, but how is UAV Futures going with the whole demonetization situation, apart from the fact it improves when Trev's not around? So yeah, when we drop the F-bombs, it doesn't go well. And look, it's just, I don't know, I'm really lucky that I've got Patreon supporters. So that's, YouTube can be a treacherous place sometimes. It can be good, and a video can make like $50, $60, and other times, I don't know if you meant to talk about how much you make on YouTube or something. And other times I'll be like demonetized, like for no reason, absolutely nothing. Like my Batman video, they just said it was completely inappropriate. Trevor wasn't even in it. It was just a bench video. And then I wrote to them, and they said, like, you can appeal it, and they said it was manually checked, and they still found it inappropriate. And then about 3 weeks later, they said I appealed it again through like their chat system and sent an email to some people. And then I said, you got to let me know. And then they about 3 weeks later, they said, no, it's actually okay. We made a mistake. So they let me put ads on it. And then since then, probably about 4 people watched it. So there we go, made about 4 cents off that video. What's the best simulator for a beginner that I can connect to my QX7? So most of the QX7s, this one's from the Mythman Legend. What sims do you like?
The FPV. We always forget the name of that.
FPV Air 2.
Yeah, that one.
All right, yeah, I think that's good. I like Velocidrone. Yeah, I think they're ones that I enjoy, and you can connect a sim up to most of it. A lot of people like Liftoff as well. What's up with the giveaway that's going on? So that's from Unknown User. So yeah, we're giving away the TT drone. So we're gonna, Trevor and I will spin, and then we'll say which question do we like. Whoever wins that, we'll pick whatever question we enjoyed answering and thought helped you guys, and then it's up to you to contact us with the timestamp and those sorts of things. Which one, Trev?
How do you tell when your battery is flat or getting low and you should stop flying?
OSDs.
Yeah, well, you should have an OSD on your quad.
Yeah, most of the drones nowadays coming out, anything you've bought recently will have a Betaflight OSD in there. Very, very easy for reading out your voltage on the screen. Yeah. So, and it will probably, if it's got a beeper, a buzzer on there, it'll be beeping at you as well. Question from Jake Brunch. I'm a thumber. Which radio should I get? QX7 or the FreeSky X-Lite?
Without a doubt. Fantastic.
Mate, that can't be true. Someone... RD FPV, you need to stop, mate. He's just donated $50. That's ridiculous. It's like more than I'd make off my entire normal Q&A videos. I'm going to have to... Anyway. I don't know what to do. How should I afford drones when they keep breaking? So, that's also from the Myth the Man legend.
That is easy. Buy an Armaton. I'll
Okay.
send you the parts back for nothing when you break it.
Yep, there you go. And I'm going to say don't fly bandos. Because you see so much cool footage of people flying around these amazing places, but what they don't always talk about is the stockpile of spare parts you're going to need to go through. You're either going to need a sponsor that's going to give you stuff for free, you're going to need to work in the industry, have some great connections, or be filthy rich, because otherwise flying bandos, very, very expensive. What's going on, Trevor?
I just want to... just move that across there a bit. Just wanted to see how many were there.
How many is 200 people?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Are we going to Flight Fest in Texas? If they sponsor us.
Send us a ticket.
Yeah. Let's see. I say a lot. Flynoceros, or they've also got a warranty. Yeah, I don't know if theirs is a little bit different, but they do some cool stuff. Oh, there's some other drones as well. I got some stuff from Skyline Rampage, and I believe from the Flyno shop as well. So they you should see some of that stuff coming up as well. Nice. Oh, thanks very much, Tombstone FPV. That's nice of you to say. Roland B. Should a new pilot start small and go big, buy in pieces and save, or buy all at once? I'm going to kick it off.
It depends what you can afford.
Yeah, so really try and save up and I would probably say get the radio first, because you're not going to be flying the drone without the radio. You want a decent radio, and if you can get like a QX7, that's probably the cheapest one that I think is the best value for money radio. Get one of those. Then you can practice on the sim while you're working for the other stuff, why it comes in. And if you really are skint on money and you can't afford things, you need to build it yourself. You will save money, you will learn, and as you're building and working on those things, you will learn those skills, and you can repair it and get out and get flying and those sorts of things. So yeah, definitely buy the radio, and then as the other parts come in. Anything to add on that one, Trev?
No, I just think, buy what you can afford and try and buy decent gear.
Yeah, and also you shouldn't feel. What do you mean by decent gear though? Let's. That's a good discussion point.
Well, don't go too cheap. Like there's some really cheap crap out there. And,
yeah. What would you say? Some parts you can go cheap on, and some parts you can't go cheap on. While you're talking, I'm going to blow my nose.
Well, I wouldn't go cheap on a frame. Get a decent frame, and if you start off with an Armaton or something like that, and you break it, it's going to be free to fix. So
that's like $100.
Yeah. Yeah, you get a good frame. So radios, that's a bit of a thing, because some of them are a bit, but they're not expensive now. I mean, the X-Lite is what, $180. I think that's Australian. I'm not too sure what it is US, 150.
But if you're a kid, that's a lot of money.
Well, we don't know whether he's a kid or not.
Yeah, but I'm saying for the kids, if there's people watching and want to get into it, that's a heap of money. $200, $300, $400, $500. Once you add all that sort of stuff up.
If you're a kid, it's different.
I'm on the other fence. I'm going to say get a good goggles, save up for goggles, save up for your radio because you're going to want to use them a lot. But when it comes to your drone, just get like middle of the range stuff. Get the value stuff. You don't have to get the best of the best, I think anyway. And when you have a look at a frame, you can usually tell if it's going to be. You don't get something with really thin arms. Make sure you get something that's really robust, protects your motors, has good options for your camera mounts, all those sorts of things. Gee, that was a big rant we had.
You had. What are you talking about?
Let's see, what do we got? How do you think the community will react to AI and self-flying race drones? They will come eventually. I don't know. I wouldn't really I think, oh, that's cool, but who wants to watch a computer fly itself? Not really.
Yeah, well,
me.
that's going to be pretty boring.
Someone from Pat Nolan, do you think getting a drone hydrophobic coated would be worth it? It's like waterproofing?
I've got no idea what it is.
Oh,
no.
You wouldn't waterproof a drone?
Oh, if you're going to find the snow or something, but you can use for normal coating or something, call that.
I don't know.
For that.
Plain crazy. Just got here, boys. No, you didn't just get here. I saw your question before. Is Stu drunk yet? No, not yet. Having a tea, mate, and I've got a cold. Do you recommend Fat Sharks for beginners by RC drones and more?
If you can afford them, yeah. But no.
Conformal coding. That's what we were thinking of
that's
before
it.
as well.
Thanks.
DCL drone. Question to both of you. What's your favourite FPV camera and lens size? I don't mind 2.1, 2.3, and then Foxy, Cadex, FTX, Runcam. They're all pretty decent.
Yeah,
I think.
I've got no preference. They all work.
Yeah, I do think if you get really cheap ones, sometimes the colours and the washout and the blowout can be a little bit too much.
Yeah, some of the colours are crap. I mean, we've had some lately that have been really, really nice colours.
Let's see.
Can you be my daddy?
Who's that from?
Don't know. He just wants your drones.
Got any tips? This one's from Pa. Got any tips for flying a drone in the direction you want it to go in? I can see in the goggles. I just can't make it happen on the sticks. Practice on the sim, mate.
Yeah, practice.
That's a lot of questions. This one's from something to Kanungan. I don't know. Why do you write so many things in the description? Why do you work so hard? Am I Jesus? The bottom half of my descriptions are copy and paste, and that's just because the information's there. More information is always a good thing, and people don't have to read it. They don't have to push that show me more button. So that's why I'd like to give you guys as many links and choices and stuff to excuse me, check out. What one are you saying, Trevor? This one here?
Yep.
From Atlantic Woodsman, Q&A from Atlantic Canada. My son and I have started this, and so far we've got our little Peppers and QX65, and we are now thinking of going bigger, perhaps like the XJB.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you are on the money. You've got some great little starter drones if you've learned to fly them. And XJB, take that out to a nice little park, and, or I should say a bit of a bigger park, have a bit of space. It is an absolute ripper little drone. The biggest problem you're going to come into is the batteries that you have for them are not as common as the other ones. And because they've been so popular, they've been so hard to get stock of, because everyone wants like an 850 4S battery or something for their XJB. Alright. Someone can't afford a sim. I was barely able to save money after buying for a QX7. Is there a free sim I can use?
Yeah, Freerider.
No, that's not free. Isn't it? I think it's $5.
Oh, no, there's a free version of it.
Oh, maybe a demo.
It's only $5. I mean, $5, come on. It's only...
DCL drone. Question, do either of your wives fly?
No.
My wife's talked about it. She asks, like, when can I have a fly? She says, when... Would you like to see my wife trying to fly a drone? Let me know in the comments there. Crash FPV. Hi, guys. Best something on TV right now. You're on your 60. Keep it up. Hope to see more. Oh, okay. They're just appreciating the stream. Okay. A lot of people want it.
Fuck, man, look at it. This is a lot harder than what we thought it was going to be. I can tell you that.
All right, let's go back to the question. So a lot of people like that.
Are you enjoying the stream, guys? We need to know that.
Yeah. All right. If there was 200, I'll see if I can get my wife flying. If we had 200 likes on the video, there we go. Trevor, do you do any extreme sports? BMX, as a lot of FPV pilots do, from Grackle FPV.
Oh, they've been watching the other videos.
What extreme sports do you do?
I walk the dogs.
Yep.
I do. We're doing a Q&A now. That's probably about as extreme as it gets.
Yeah, I think I'm a bit... I don't want to hurt myself. I don't mind a bit of skating, electric skating. I find that's really fun, but I can't stress enough, you need to wear a lot of safety gear. I came off the other day.
What's extreme about that? You you press a button down. The only thing that's getting exercise is your thumb.
That's a different, mate. It's
That's
like
not
jumping out of a plane, mate.
Yeah.
It's not about the physical exertion you have to do, but yeah, I don't know. I like doing a bit of skating every now and again. Try flying helicopters. Yeah, that's scary.
Enoch, got to read Enoch. Yeah, Trevor's an extreme GJ.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thank you to Stu and Trev for sharing your FPV knowledge. No worries, Heath. Absolutely, that's why we make these videos, to get more people flying.
Audio's good. We're actually using a headset microphone because the other one didn't work for some strange reason.
Yeah, we were about to kick it off, and
someone started panicking.
I was freaking out, like our first proper live
stream. What are we going to do? He pulled the rest of my hair out.
And then I was like, great, the mic's not working. Let's use your headset, that'll do. Die blade to... Which one?
Have you ever been scared away from flying in an area because of the crazy Australian wildlife like spiders and snakes? No. We just fly there anyway.
But you don't like fly. You're like, we've been to some places where if we crashed, you'd be like, I'm not going to go get that. You just leave it there. There's some places. Think about near. Where's that place near the bridge?
Oh yeah, but shit will be along the grass.
There we go. See, the grass is long. There's no way if it crashed in there, Trevor was going to go there to get that. Shout out to Jono, because I wasn't going to get it either, but Trevor got Jono got my drone for me. Yeah. Well, I probably would go get it.
No, you wouldn't.
Why does this person, the myth, the legend, we've seen your comment like 4 times, my friend. Do we listen to music when we're flying?
No.
No. So it's because, well, I guess that'd be 2 reasons.
We tried that once. It's very annoying.
I don't mind it, but I can't do work.
Well, like, all headbanging shit that you were playing. Doof music, yeah.
I would say it would be the opposite. I would say it would be some tranquil sort of chill music. But, yeah, I can't do that for 2 reasons. It's difficult to work, and then I wouldn't be able to monetize my videos. It'd be instant copyright strike. Let's see. Have you ever heard of BQEIO? I don't know. I've heard of, what's that? Is that Bot Grinder's frame? I'm not sure. Oh, okay, here's some stuff from Helio RC. We would like to... okay, this is pretty cool from Mr. Drones FPV. Hey Stu, we love you over at Helio RC. We would like to donate the Helio Spring V2 FC for a giveaway. You pick your favorite question and we'll send them out a flight controller. So there we go, we'll put that in there as well. Even though this is kind of sponsored by Karearea, but yes, we will we'll include there you go, someone's going to also win a Helio RC. If that's the same person. If they come to the party and I get an email, that will be included. Have we ever had birds chasing our drone from Justin Rihanna? I've had a couple of hawks every now and again.
Yeah. Not unusual over here.
Sorry about the drone laws over there in Canada. I know that's been posted up a few times. Yeah, I think it's not the best situation in some places of the world.
Should I go a DK or an Armaton? I'd go an Armaton.
Where's this one?
Just here.
This one here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. From CrygOS, should I go a Floss or the Armaton? It depends what you want. If you want a lifetime warranty that doesn't break very much, then I'd definitely go the Armaton. Go the Floss if you... I don't know. Yeah, the Floss.
Oh, but no, yeah.
It's if you want something really, really light with extreme, I guess, weight to rate ratio, then weight to power maybe. But yeah, I would be picking an Armaton out of those ones. This one?
Yeah.
This one's from Roland B, and I'm sure he's answered a lot of Q&As before. He's been in the comments, I'm sure. You're a cracker. Quadfather is awesome. That Cal guy, though... Yeah, so Cal's going to have to watch this stream back to know what we're talking about. We've got 227 people watching. That's pretty insane.
Oh, we haven't had a commercial break for a while. Let's click on that. We'll have a commercial.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go, guys. Commercial break time.
Trevor, you do this one. You talk about Karearea.
Cool. Look, there's Karearea. They're sponsors today. They're going to give us. We've got one of these. What is it called again?
Titty.
A titty. We've got a tit to give away, and yeah. So
there we go. Fisted wants to know. Let's get back to the real show.
Yeah.
Fisted wants to know. Have we got 200 likes yet? I don't know. I don't think you can actually tell the likes on the thing. Let me know how many likes are actually on the thing, because we've got a different stream video than what we're actually seeing. Lift off all Velocidrone. You know, and this one comes up a lot, and I feel like it's something that divides the community more than unites the community. I don't care what sims people fly.
129.
130, 133. Well, there's no wife video flying today.
Yeah. How many likes we got to have?
200.
200.
Are we stuck with the Hero 5.6? What's going to be the new standard from the FPV Geek? No, there's going to be, I believe there's a new camera. Is it maybe the Run 3? I'm not too sure, but there's going to be a new Cube camera coming out pretty soon, which look is going to be is pretty exciting. This one's from Harris92. We can't get to fly outside so often. We've probably got, what's the time? We've been going for an hour. Let's what, 10 minutes? See how we go?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
All right. I was so tempted. I've got to scroll up to push the transition button. There we go. Nothing but professional. He's going to fly a 5-inch inside the house. What's the absolute cheapest buy and fly quad that is not rubbish? Well, I don't think the XJB is expensive, and it's definitely not rubbish.
No, that's right.
And it's a 3-inch. So if you had a really big house, like basketball stadium big, yeah, maybe. But just don't fly a 5-inch. Have you ever flown a 5-inch inside?
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd it go?
Not good.
Yeah, I tried when I first got mine. The old house I used to live in. I'm sure some of you might have seen some indoor flights of that if you're long-term viewers. And when I was going for a fly, when I first built my first Nighthawk, it flew terrible. I was a terrible pilot, and in my mind I was like, I could get some practice. I can fly down the side of the house and then back through the middle of the house with a big 5-inch drone. It made it like one half a lap, smashed into all the walls and cut it up. It didn't go well as well.
A lot of funny people here today. Look. In the main myth legend, what hair products does Grumpy Trev use?
Soap.
Yeah.
I know that because I actually washed Trevor's hair in the shower, don't we, Trevor?
Yeah, we had a perm last time.
1200 TVL cameras for your FPV camera. That one's from Ferret FPV. I hope you've been thinking of one you've enjoyed as well. Because if you win, you're going to have to remember a question. Look, I feel like if you go up in the TV, I probably like the 800, 700 TVL. That's probably my personal favourite. Question and answer. What's your favourite motor? Have you tried some of the Rotorite Hype Train and Steel motors? I have not. I've seen people fly them. I know Granger. He got some, I don't know if they were the Oh My God motors or something, but for me, the price, like, that's probably what kills me.
Well, I reckon the name says it all. It's all hype.
Okay. So, yeah, it's for me, it's the price, I think, that really puts me off. And look, even though I get all my, most 90, 99, 95% of my stuff that it gets sent to me, I still believe in good value for my viewers. So that's what I want to fly, and that's what I want to show them, and the stuff they're interested in. I don't know if I'd be dropping... How much is, like, $30 for a motor, for one motor or something? All right, what are you giggling at, Trev?
Someone just asked if I spend all my money on drones for all the money I save on hair products. That someone else is not going to win.
Bot grinder motors are the best. Oh, they might be. Let's see. 6S drone. Yeah, you might see some stuff coming up. I've been working on that for quite a long time, actually. Just haven't got round to it. And I've got to apologise too, like if you're wanting to check out the channel for some 5-inch bind and flies, going out, speed gun, all those sorts of things, the weather here, how would you rate the weather, Trevor? In the last, I'm going to say 3 weeks, I've probably been out, I don't even know, when was our last session?
We've been out once, and that was
for helping you. I don't think I even got to fly then. So
no, we didn't. The weather here has been really, really shit. I mean crap, I didn't mean to say shit. Yeah,
the worst I've seen in quite a long time. Oh, there we go. Someone wants to know if you will marry them. Will you marry them, Trevor? He's already taken. Sorry, lads and lasses.
I don't know if you got big tits.
There's no way this is going to be able to play that. Does Trevor have trouble with his god? There's enough with Trevor's head jokes. We're not going to do it anymore. Have we switched over from Carpenter Rick to the X-Lite full time?
Yeah, I have.
Yep.
Definitely.
I am using that as my current primary radio, but that doesn't mean I'm locked into that. If something better comes along and I find something that works for me, I will jump on that. So
well, we've got the
Nirvana's coming up. I'm really excited
soon.
for the Nirvanas.
Probably a week or two, we might have that in our hands. So
yeah.
Things could change.
We'll have to see. But I feel like they're going to be the main two contenders. Random FPV. So absolutely, you can have a shout out, brother, because you do a lot for the community. So thanks so much for all your work and being here from the start, and you do some great stuff.
Yeah, a shout out to Big D FPV. How you going, guy?
Yes. Where's he? Oh yeah, there he is. I see his. Okay, let's read his question. Question: Do you run 5-inch rates on your 3-inch drones? What rates do you run?
I don't know. Whatever's on it. I just fly them out of the box. I don't figure around with rates and shit. It just goes.
Yeah, I do. I put all mine the same. So all my rates are the same, no matter what drone I'm flying. Unless it's like a little Whoop class drone, and that's where I probably tone it down a little bit. But I fly those in self-level mode anyway. 34 more likes to see Trevor's wife. What? So yes, we will try the Nirvana. What's the best radio under $150? QX7. It's getting very close to the X-Lite though, isn't it?
Yep.
Alrighty. So I guess we probably need to give something away, Trevor.
Yeah.
Alright, have you thought of a question that you liked?
No.
Far out. That's what you're going to have to do. Alright, we got probably 5 more minutes. So if you've got a question and you happen to get read out, make sure you put it down, because that's in 5 minutes we're going to draw this sort of stuff out.
We're going to go into commercial. We'll be right back.
Get out of it. They're putting down questions now, and then we can. But it's also got to be one that we read out, mate. You can't just pick a random one that we didn't read.
Go back that we read.
You won't be able to remember which one of that's going to be. Any chance of a dogfight video? Trev vs. Stu.
Well, we've had one of those already. Those little things we flew around out in the test track that time.
Yes. They haven't seen that video yet, though. So there we go. PP, just S-bus most of the way. Okay, there's a lot of questions. Cody's Cadex Turtle or Runcam Split. I'd like the Turtle or Turtlet, as it was mistyped, because it's only one board. Do my arms get overly tired after a Q&A? You know what? The mouse has been really good today because I've been holding that, scrolling up and down. Alright. What's the best advice to give someone that has never flown anything and wants to learn multi-rotors? Just jump on the sim. And then, has a quad ever been swallowed by a snake? Nope. But we have seen a lot of snakes. You should do... I don't know. What? Do we ever change our settings from default? On the cam? On the camera?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
I very rarely muck around with my camera
actually,
settings.
I poke mine out the window until I get them how I want them.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of doing a monthly $50 box? No, we're not going to be We're not going to be doing any of those sorts. Producing them. No way. What did you think about the drone drop box, Trevor?
I thought it was a waste of money.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't mind it, but I think the value was there, but don't buy it expecting to get this or that. You need to just be happy that you're going to get X amount of dollars, but it's not going to be probably on something that you wanted. So
maybe we just got a shitty box, but for me, if I was going to review a box, I would have sent ones they've had from 3 different months. So
I'm blowing my nose while
we could actually do a review across 3 months instead of one shitty one. But well, for $40 it was a bit over the top, I thought, plus freight. What questions, guys? We're about to go, aren't we?
Yep. All right. Do you like the cha-cha like Karearea? I don't know what that means, but yeah, check out Karearea. All right. Last question. You get to read one, Trevor. I get to read one, and then we've got to think of one that we really liked. Oh, this looks nice from Higher FPV. Trev's improved a lot since I started watching. Do you think it's from flying with guys that are faster than you or push you, or what do you think you attribute your flying increases to?
A bit of both. It's certainly the guys you're flying against and the amount of flying that we've been doing as well, which was quite a bit at one stage.
Tell people to like the... Okay, this one's from Charles Catfish. Tell people to like the video. Stu, there you go. Like the video for Charles Catfish. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to plug my Patreon because, look, if you're a Patreon supporter, thank you so much. If you do want to sign up, help sponsor this channel, just Google UAV Futures Patreon. Even for like $1, $2 a month, it actually does make a massive difference. So if you want to know how you can contribute to this channel, if you get something out of it, if you want to see more content, yeah, go definitely check that out. So thank you.
I like that one the best.
Which one? Fisted FPV. How do I tell my wife I love drones more than her? How? Maybe
very carefully and
behind,
probably at arm's reach.
Yeah. Okay. So and make sure you've got a riot shield to protect yourself.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's some good advice. You might want to fly her or something and drop it off, or maybe through a letter, through a phone call, anywhere where she's not right in your face. All right, and I'm going to read out one more before we give away. Will we do? Oh, I've got to pick one to end on. Gee, the suspense. Okay, this one's from Ben. There we go. Ben, thanks for watching. What advice would you give to yourself before you started the hobby? So if you could go back in time and just tell yourself one thing, what would it be?
Don't do it.
Would you?
It's a money pit.
Yeah.
Anyone that flies drones and
what about if you want to fly it? Your past self said, no, I'm going to fly it, Trevor. So give me some advice I can use moving forward in this hobby.
Moving forward, just keep at it. You know, if you're crashing all the time, and look, you're going to crash more than what you're going to fly. And if you don't crash, you're not doing it right anyway. So just keep going. You'll get there.
All right. There we go, Ben. I kind of agree with that. Yeah. My advice, I was just saying yes because I was doing a Trevor. I wasn't really paying attention. I was thinking about some other things. You probably tell I glazed over. My advice would be, there's going to be times when it doesn't go right. You're going to break stuff. It's going to cost you money. You're going to feel frustrated. You're going to lose some pieces of equipment. People won't understand how much you enjoy this hobby when you try to explain it. But it's so worth it. It is life changing, and I know for me it changed my life in such an amazing positive way. Not only was I doing something really creative that I enjoyed, but also meeting amazing people, meeting you guys, meeting people like Trevor, like friends for life, and it is all thanks to FPV. It removes all age barriers. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. FPV is just something really, really special to me, and you're going to get the most. Thank you, Trevor. You're going to love it. So jump in, have a good time, and you will not regret it. That's what I would say to anybody thinking about getting into FPV. All right, ready to do this bit of a giveaway? So we've got the Karearea titty drone, and also that's the frame that is, and also I think the Helios people jumped in. Anyway, so you ready? Do you remember? You got to think of the question so you can remember what the question was.
Picked, yeah.
Okay. Do you remember what the question was?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to spin this. You guys can see how it works. You can spin it, Trevor.
Hold straight.
For you or the camera?
Oh, hang on. Is that fast enough? You'll land right. Oh.
All right. What was it? Who won, Trevor? Tell us what the question was.
Well, the question was, how do I tell my wife that I love FPV more than her? That really tickled me fancy. So that was Fisted. So Fisted, you got yourself a frame, mate.
All right. So what he's going to need to do is find the timestamp of this video, email me that timestamp, and then we can go from there, just so I can prove that it's him. Because we were going to write down all the questions. That's why I've got these pieces of paper, but it just didn't work. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Definitely.
You've got to give away the other one.
Oh yeah, no, that goes to it. I'm just going to send them all. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So anyway, Hopefully you guys, otherwise it's going to get way too complex. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Definitely subscribe for more FPV related content. Hit that like button because it does help this channel. It helps the video get out to more people see that. Go check out my patrons. And most of all, what you can do to help me right now, what you guys can do is go check out Karearia's frame and just have a look at their stuff because that's how we get these prizes to give away. So go check out their stuff. So anyway, what do we got as some final comments?
So we're going to do this again? Do you just want us to do this again, guys, or what?
Yeah, do you guys want some more live Q&As to interact with you guys, or how does this go? Some people are like, no. Oh, we're at 183 likes. That's right. I said if we could get to 200 likes, we might. I'll get my missus flying and I'll start training her up. Maybe get her on the sim and then those sorts of things. How many likes are we actually on at the moment? Yes, a lot of people wanting us to do it again. Oh yeah, also go join Discord too because that's where you can jump on. You can learn a lot of stuff in Discord. More live Q&As. It actually does make it a bit easier for me in terms of editing.
Yeah, and if you want to...
183 likes. Well, 189. Oh, it's going up.
What,
191.
What just dropped?
91, 89, 100. Someone's... Okay, I think we need 9 more likes. So good luck with that. Oh, we don't even have that many people here, so that's it.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Oh, 196.
Yeah, 96. It's only got to reach.
197.
We'll have a countdown. We'll give them to another 2 minutes and
2 minutes.
Yeah.
We're not 202. Okay, all right.
All done.
So a lot of people said 202. I'll have to do something. But hope you guys enjoyed that. Definitely subscribe for more FPV related content. Go check out Trevor's channel as well because he's doing some stuff. I think Trev, you started a Patreon as well because Trev can't put any monetizations on your ads. So on his channel, that should be linked in somewhere in one of your descriptions. Is it on your latest video?
Yeah, I think I got a link there.
So go check that out, even just for $1 or $2. It makes a huge difference to content creators out there trying to make this stuff for you guys because that's what it's all about, sharing this message of FPV. Anyway, that's enough. Subscribe for more FPV related content, and as always,
catch ya.
All right, let's go.
We're out of here, guys.
Catches. Thanks
Bye.
so much for tuning in. Bye.
Are we still on?
No, we're gone. We're gone.